G'day YouTube, Turbo Tristan here. In today's episode, we're going to introduce you to our brand new project build. Stick around, I'll show you what it is. Here we are back again with another brand new project. Yeah, I know I haven't finished all my other ones, and I'm sorry for that, but here it is right behind me, a 1986 VL Commodore wagon. Now these have a massive cult following here in Australia. For me, it's all about the RB engine that lives under the hood in here. These are the RB30, a very popular engine block to bore and stroke and put the RB26 head on, stroke your GTR to a 3-litre. The engine was also in an R31 Skyline, which was also delivered here in Australia, a very popular car for modifying. There were some differences. It didn't quite take off as fast as the VL did. The VL was used for police cars, chase cars. The turbo version that these came out in factory was uncatchable back in the day. And since then, it's reserved itself a cult following here in the Australian car scene. Now, the cop cars were all sedans, and the sedans are far more popular. I get it. But these things are $40,000 or $50,000 to buy turbocharged in a sedan form, if it's a factory turbo. So we're going to take this car, we're going to build the engine, forge the motor, fit a turbo, fit the full fuel system, and we're going to do a standalone engine management. I've already driven this car about 4 or 5 hours away and back. Done heaps of driving on it. It drives really nice. It's automatic, and it's going to stay automatic because we're going to use this as a drag car. Realistically, I'd hope to get a high 12-second or a low 12-second quarter mile out of this car. I have already taken it to the track and it was pretty dismal the time that we got, but we'll get to that later. First, let's take a look over the car. So it's a station wagon. It's in really tidy condition considering it's all 100% original paint, original bodywork. Everything about the car is original. It's had a rust repair already here, and it's just got some Rust-Oleum primer on here just to stop it rusting until we could get it to be fully resprayed. Little bit of surface rust here on the top, but that's nothing to be worried about. It's just where the paint's stripped away and it's just formed little rust spots there. Looks a lot worse than it is. Bonnet's in great condition. No hail damage or anything like that on the car considering it's a 1986 model. Plenty of stone chips here on the front, but that's all going to get redone. We've got some weathered indicators, but I've got brand new ones of those. The front bumper's in good nick. Little bit of a scrape just here, so I'll probably get that fixed up and repainted. It's got a sick set of white walls on it, which is pretty cool. These are a 15-inch rim. They look massive on this car. We're probably going to go to a 17 or an 18 maybe, or I might put some drag style wheels on there, like some Weld lookalikes or something. We're not sure. Pretty good all the way down the sill panels. A little bit of an issue up the back, which we're going to get professionally fixed up. The rear hatch has plenty of rust around it, and this is actually going to go in the bin or on Marketplace or something. It's definitely salvageable, like it's not rusted through here at all, but I do already have a brand new, well, brand new to me and in really good condition with none of this rust at all on it, rear hatch with glass. So I've already got that sorted. It's in the garage. Commodore Executive, this is the base model car. We're going to give it an upgrade. We're going to put all SL parts and all that sort of stuff on it, which is like a much higher model. It's got the Venetian blinds in the back, which is a bit of a thing. We'll go around the other side so you can see them better. So Venetians here, people usually get them in white. I like that these are black, sort of a bit more stealthy. My plans with the car on the outside is to get it fully resprayed, professionally done, all the rust treated and everything done on the outside. back to original gold color. It's not my first choice of color for a car, but it's period correct, it's original OE correct, and we're restoring this car on the channel, so I think we better keep it all original and just redo it in the factory color. So we're going to fix any body damage or anything like that's all going to be done. No, I'm not touching the car, I'm not rattle canning it. This is going to be legit done professionally by a person that I know, Voda, who Voda's the man. He helps me out with everything. He helps me out with my Civics, he helps me out with advice, and also he's a professional panel beater, so he's going to do all the work, and we've got a professional painter to paint it for us. So on the outside, we're going to I'm going to take this off and sell that. And the reason is, like, I think it looks pretty cool with the white walls and the Venetians, but I'm going to take it off because this car, actually, when you're driving at 100 k's an hour, it does get a little bit of a wobble and a whistle, and I definitely don't want that. All the window frames, I'm going to get painted black all the way through to this line here. And then we've got all new trims for outside of here, get that painted black. So that will be just really nice and stealthy. It'll look like one piece of glass all the way along. No tow bar, we're going to ditch that. We've got some turbo genuine Holden badges to go on there. Tail lights have just been replaced, so they're going to stay there good. And we've got new mirrors, all the new paneling on the side, we've got that. So I'm going to sell this stuff on Marketplace to someone who wants to bother fixing it up. We're going to put new stuff on here, brand new mirrors, because this is all brittle and crap. Even gone as far as to get brand new trim for in here, and we've also got the brand new trim for around the windows as well. On the inside, it's all stock. The door cards and everything are in really good nick. I love just the noise the doors make. Sound really solid and strong, and they've got that old school feel. I'm not going to paint in here. I want to keep it OE and original so that people can see that it's not a cut and shut job. It's just been painted on the outside. I've got some brand new carpet for it, which is the matching carpet to the trim. This is called sandalwood. It's like a light cream. The back seats, I'm going to get them steam cleaned and everything all nice. And the front seats, they're a lot more weathered, so there's stitching here. There's actually a hole in the seat, and we've got this piece just here which is chewed out, and it sticks right into your rib cage every time you get in and out of the car. I've got all new internal handles, the surrounds for there. I've got all new window winders. We've got the new panel for the aircon. I've got a new dash cluster which has a tacho. We've got a 3D printed bit for the center console, so I can put a boost gauge in there, which is a must-have. In your VL turbo, you got to have a boost gauge. There's no sound system, so we'll probably put just a Bluetooth unit in there and some standard replacement speakers up front. Someone's had some 6x9s in here in the past. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Maybe redo them, or I don't know. We'll jump that bridge when we get to it. The wood grain steering wheel is going to stay. It's fairly period correct, even though it's about 30 years newer than the car. So it's going to stay. It's good quality. The headlining, absolutely mint all the way through. So that's going to stay. And then over in the back, this is all factory. I might mask everything off and clean up inside in the back. Give it either a nice coat of paint or cut out and get some overlocked carpet to fit in here so it's nice. These areas here I will paint because you can definitely see that from inside the car. So I'll paint that on both sides, a bit scratched up. That whole door's going. Make sure all the lights and everything work, and steam clean everything on the car. So all this will get a deep clean. The roof lining will get a deep clean. The dash is faded, so I'll probably maybe take it apart, paint it. I don't know, it's one of those things. It's just an old car, might even just leave it stock. We'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think I should do, what your plans are, what your ideas are for this build. I've already got a ton of parts already lined up, so we'll go through those in a later video. This is just the intro video and to teach you and show you what I'm doing with this build. I'll need to get a new seat belt because this one is a bit buggered. So we'll replace all of that stuff, try and find some nicer looking seat belts. Now I'm about to show you the thing that makes this car so special and the thing that everybody loves about it. It's the mighty RB. We've actually taken this to the track and ran a quarter-mile time in it. I did 3 passes, managed to get a PB there. So drop a comment below what you think the time of a stock standard VL Auto RB30 NA wagon does. But this is the engine. The only thing I had to do to it was buy a brand new battery, which it fires over, just bang, every single time. There's no oil leaks. Everything works on it. So we're gonna keep this, get it registered. I do have another engine and I'm gonna get that rebuilt with rods, pistons, bearings, head studs, manifolds, get it all reconditioned so it's brand new. We've got a billet oil pump coming, new alloy radiator, new intercooler kit, big high mount turbo, all that sort of stuff. We'll redo the brakes. We've got some brake upgrades coming. We're going to upgrade the brake system by about 25 or 30 years and swap that over to some modern brakes that are much larger, because this car is going to go from around about 110 kilowatts at the flywheel 30 years ago to hopefully 300. So we're going to triple the power of the car. Hopefully that's going to get us a low 12. We might make more power, we might make less, so whatever it makes on around about 15 psi, because I've already got the wastegate coming up in a future video. I've already got all those sort of parts. I will repaint the entire engine bay. I'm going to do that with rattle cans and heaps of clear. It's in really good nick. It just needs a couple of little spots tidied up. And when the engine's out, I'm going to redo the brake system. I'm going to paint the engine bay and get all the wires tucked and everything, and run new power steering lines and oil cooler lines and trans cooler lines and fuel lines. So while it's out, it'll get a full respray. We've got brand new reproduction washer bottles, so they're not going to be brown anymore. It's just going to be absolutely mint, this car. What I'm going to do now is flick over to the video and the session that we had when I took this car to the drags, and you're going to see exactly how slow it is and how the drags went for me. First time drag racing in Victoria. I went to Heathcote Raceway, so check it out. See you in a minute. So we made it all the way out to the bush to Heathcote Park Raceway. We've got Rex's EF and my VL. Plenty of action going on over there. But this is the first outing of the VL. I've got to say, it drove absolutely mint all the way up here. I can't wait to do the rear suspension because all the front's already done. But it just drove so smooth. Got the overdrive button on the auto. The only thing that was missing was some tunes, but the car is 100% stock. And yeah, we're going to give it a burl. Hopefully we can crack a 20-second quarter mile. Spoke to Scotty from Raceworks. He reckons that Rex is going to do a 17.6 and I'm going to do a 17.9. So hopefully we can beat those times. What do you reckon, Rex?
Oh, I'm aiming for like an 18, 19.
18, 19?
I'm probably going to, I don't know, probably be around that. I reckon I'll beat you though.
1996?
1994.
1994 versus 1986. 4 litre versus 3 litre. Sedan versus wagon. I think that's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, I reckon.
Prediction?
For the EF, I'm going to say 17.8.
17.8.
And then
I don't really know. Yeah, I guess 17.5, 18.
17.5. What about the VL?
VL, probably like 19.5.
19.5?
Oh, maybe a 21.
21? Come on! 19.99 would be good. But I reckon Scotty from Raceworks reckons 17.9, so who knows. We're going to get ready, chuck them in line, and get some baseline quarter miles before we do our big builds. All right, so we're next up to drag race the VL for the very first time. The car is 100% stock, can't stress that enough, and we're just going to see what time we can get. I'm going for a mid-17 is my goal. Anything better than that would be a miracle, I reckon, at this stage. Woo! Put in first. All right, it did do a burnout, just. So we're going to stick it in drive. Install it up. We're going against a Stinger, and he's choppy. 60, 80, 100, 110, and that's it, all over. Let's see if we can't get an awesome time out of that. $381. Thank you. Sorry? 18.4. Maybe next time. 18.4 at 73 mile per hour. Woohoo! So helmet cam after doing an 18.4. What we're going to do is remove the air filter. I don't think it's going to do anything, but we'll do it anyway. All sorts of crap in there. So that's out. See if we can go any faster. All right, run number 3. I'm gonna try and listen for my car and shift the gears properly this time. I couldn't hear last time. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. All right, almost spun the tyres. That's how lame we are. John go in his Kia. Much better. Half a second quicker.
Oh,
that's good. That worked. Woohoo! 17.9, boys. 75 miles per hour. Never thought I'd be so happy for a 17-second quarter. This will be me soon, fellas and ladies. right, now that you've all had a good laugh at the drag times, we're going to take this inside and have a look underneath it, because I've been told that the whole front steering and suspension and everything's been done on the car. But check this out. Fires right up, runs like a dream. No real bangs or squeaks or clunks or anything. See if we'll do a little screechy. Ready? Nah, no power. But we're going to change that. Let's get it on the hoist. All right, so we've got the VL up on the hoist for the very, very first time since I've owned it. I've actually had this car for maybe close to 8 or 9 months. It's been sitting around in storage. I've never touched it until the other week when I took it to the drag strip. And I've got to say, it drives really, really, really nice. I'm actually surprised. It drives like a brand new car for the most part. Doesn't have a lot of power. The transmission is good though. The engine is good. Doesn't blow any smoke or anything like that. Everything works. It was a boring drive, driving 2 hours up and 2 hours back to Heathcote Raceway with no radio and no heater or fan or anything like that. But other than that, drove beautifully. So I'm told that this has brand new bushes in the front, steering rack boots, all that sort of stuff. We've got a bit of light now. Looks like we're going to need new sway bar link bushes. I know the ball joints have been brand new. I know the control arms are brand new. Gosh, the brakes even look brand new. So it's had a lot of stuff. It's got some lowered king springs in the front. Sits really, really nice. I might do sway bars in the front and sway bar links. So we'll do all that together. Struts look okay. Moving further down, you can see there's quite a bit of oil leaking here on the power steering cooler, it looks like, which is pretty much just a metal bar. I don't see any cooler. So we're going to run a power steering cooler and a trans cooler. It actually looks like we've got all the factory aircon pipes and lines and everything here, which is fantastic. But I'm actually going to remove all of this to fit an intercooler and a trans cooler and power steering cooler. We want the car to go fast. This is what they're designed for. Air conditioning. I'm not going to damage any of that, and I'm going to put it all up for sale on Marketplace. Should get good coin for that stuff. There's a really weird ball thing that goes nowhere by the looks of it. If anyone knows what this is, please let me know. It's some kind of ball weird thing. And run a standalone trans cooler all out the back. Bit of oil from the rear main seal by the looks of it. Pretty scummy, pretty common, but doesn't matter. The engine's going anyway. It's got a set of aftermarket headers that have probably been on there for probably 25 or 30 years by the looks of them. Nice speed dents there. Transmission shifts beautifully, but I do have a spare one which I'll get built. And we're going to replace all of this with a 3-inch exhaust system. All right, let's have a look around to the rear of the car now. Nice brand new tires. It's got a set of, looks like Munro shocks. It does ride nice in the back, but we're going to lower that, so we'll get some lowering springs here in the back. I would love to put a mini spool in the diff. This is a Borg Warner diff, so I'll try and get a mini spool for that, just to make sure that both wheels turn together and we can do double leggers, not single peggers at the strip. Factory sway bar, we might try and upgrade that. Not that we're going to go circuit racing in it, but we just want it to handle nice. And then we have some really weird welding going on here. FFCBN. Okay, if anyone knows the car or knows what that means, let me know, because it looks like it's got a sports muffler from the back, not the cat back, but from like after the cat and then back, which is pretty weird. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's definitely going to get some love, that's for sure. All of these stone chips, which have now given itself surface rust, will be all fixed up perfectly. The sills and everything are nice on this car. I do probably want to roll these rear guards so I can fit some fatter rubber under there and lower it down without any worries, because we might put some meats on it to go to the strip. And I'm going to get rid of this scummy tow bar. We won't be towing anything with this. This is going to be a race car only. And I'll need to work out where I'm going to fit my surge tank and high flow fuel pump. Maybe up there it'll fit. We'll have to heat shield the back part of the exhaust away from all the fuel stuff. And then work out where all these fuel lines are going to run. There's a factory fuel filter. So all of this stuff is going to go. There's a factory fuel pump. So yeah, I'll need to rejig all this stuff to make it a proper race car. New shocks, new suspension. I really want to do a disc brake conversion on the back. So if anybody knows what I need, do I need the whole diff and rear end and housing and everything out of a later model Commodore with disc brakes? Or do I just need some adapters for the back and I can keep this rear end? Please let me know. I'm not a Holden expert. Not yet anyway, getting there. But please let me know in the comments below. I was thinking about calling it Al Jadou because these are famous in the Arabic community here in Australia, and they're fully hectic VL turbos, and that means grandpa in Arabic. So I don't know if we want to do that because it's going to be a gold grandpa spec wagon. Otherwise, I'm going to get to work pulling all this apart, taking those things off and listing them on Marketplace. Don't forget to spool up, bring the boost, and we'll see you in the next video for the RB30 project. Let me know what you think. See you in the next video. Cheers.